Transformation at Davidson United Methodist Church in Davidson. From 2000 to 2005, she wrote a monthly column for the Charlotte Observer neighbors paper, and it was entitled Working with Soul, Blending Ancient Wisdom with Marketplace Excellence. Wow. It has always amazed her how people can take an ancient spiritual practice, wrap it in a new marketplace package, and sell it for a profit. You're giving us ideas. You're an entrepreneur, aren't you? Today, she is on Project 5, Your Body Speaks. So we're looking out for Anne not only to speak, but also to involve us in what she's doing, right, Anne? Her time is 5 to 7 minutes, and her title is Setting a Rhythm. And
I want to talk to you about rhythm today. If I were to ask you to say a word, your first word that you thought of when I say rhythm, we could have as many words in this room as we have people. You know, there's the rhythm of a good beat. There's a rhythm of a marching band. There's a rhythm of the tick-tock of the clock. There are all kinds of words for rhythm. But I want to talk to you today about individual rhythm, corporate rhythm, and God's intended rhythm. People come to me in the work that I do and say, Ann, I'm out of balance. I've lost my step. I've lost my rhythm. I need to find a rhythm. What they're saying is something isn't working. Now take, for instance, your tires. If your tires are out of balance, you can feel it, right? If your washing machine is out of balance, you can not only feel it, you can hear it, and you can see it shimmy across the floor. And if you're out of balance, you can, if you're paying attention, you can sense it in your soul. But other people can also feel it. They can also hear it by what you say. And they can also see it by your actions. So what all that means is we're noticing something isn't working. But the challenge we have today is that we have gotten so accustomed to this new buzzword, crazy busy living, that we don't notice. It's become our new norm. And what has happened is, it is our new norm for many of us, but it is not God's norm. God intended us to have a easy yoke, light burden light. That's what he came. That's what Jesus came for. But that's not the way it's working. There is a man named Tony Schwartz. How many of you have heard that name before? Tony Schwartz. All right, he has written a book entitled The Way We're Working Isn't Working. He has worked with corporations all over the world. He has written in this book true stories of simple ways that we can wake up and say, wait a minute, there is another way to do this. He talks about managing not our time, but managing our energy. He talks about not increasing our workload, but increasing our capacity to do good works. He speaks of will and discipline being wildly overrated, and the use of simple rituals, steady rhythms, and healthy habits grossly underused. He says, and rightly so, the reason we have such a struggle changing is that we are hardwired in our brains for habit, and our bodies are created for rhythm, and we're simply out of step. No wonder corporations are not in performance mode. They are not resting. They are not having a respite. They are not resting. So what Tony says is we need to aim at what we really, really want. Get in touch with what we really want, and then simply go about developing healthy habits, simple rituals, and steady rhythms around those longings. So it seems to me his claim to fame is helping people and corporations set new rhythms of work and rest. He says corporations and individuals worldwide, they tend to really try to run on empty. He says that we pump our bodies and push our limits with sugar and caffeine. There are people in this room that that's exactly what we do. So he says, through his works, that the way we're working isn't working. Well, our good God set in place in the very beginning a rhythm of working. In Genesis 1, in the beginning, God created. Day 2, he created. 3, 4, 5, God was creating. He's saying it's good, it's good, it's good. So, he created the day and the night. He created the ebb and flow of the tide. He created the rhythm of the seasons, the rhythm of the plant life, the rhythm of the animal life, the rhythm of the human life. So here we get to Genesis 31, and God says, my goodness, look at this. Day 6, it was evening, morning, day 6, and it says very good, and I can just see him stepping back. You know, maybe you need to take a couple or 3 steps back and say, wow, this is very good. But then he gets to day 7. And he rested. He rested. And you know what? He didn't call that day good. He didn't even call that day very good. What did he call that day?
7.
What?
7.
He called it holy. He called it holy. He called it hallowed. He consecrated. He set it apart. He set a new rhythm of work and rest. And some of us wonder, where do I even begin to develop this habit of rest? Well, I suggest we begin at the beginning. We begin with prayer. We begin by having an ongoing conversation with God and asking God to help us really begin to notice what we want and to help us develop some rhythms and rituals and habits around those longings. Because the way we are working is not working. So, if you're feeling that the way you're working isn't working, I encourage you to stay tuned, because the next time I'm going to talk about ways we can find our rhythm. Because indeed, the way many of us are working is not working. Madam Toastmaster?